You are welcome to this channel today. And today we'll be talking about the Meroitic language, if it is extinct or not. But I say, and I hold that the Meroitic language is not extinct. It is alive and kicking because it is my language. I am a speaker of the language. But let me tell you my story first. I am from Ogbea in Nigeria, in the heart of the Niger Delta of Nigeria. I was researching the origin of my ancestors. I don't know where the Ebela civilization came from. I don't know where the Ebela civilization, the people who founded the Ebela civilization, where they came from. We only know that they are the oldest human settlement in that part of the world. And from there, people dispersed to other areas. And we call that particular area the Aluminum, yet to be studied. Until now, no archaeological excavation. Then from there, they moved to form the Emeni, that is the Emeni town. Emeni is the proper pronunciation of Amani or Amun. Amun is Emeni among the Kushites. Whenever you hear, they see the word Amani, people pronounce it Amani. The proper pronunciation is Emeni. Now, I was looking for the origin of my ancestors. So, the Ogbia language is a central delta language, according to linguists, and they said it is a branch of the Cross River languages. So, I had to go to travel to Cross River State, the Cross River Basin, to find out, to do research on the origin of my ancestors. And when I got there, I saw the Ikom monoliths. One of them in particular was no doubt Isis that was made there. Isis giving birth to Horus in excruciating pains. Immediately I saw it, I knew without a doubt. I said, this is Isis. So it was then my research now faced the Nile Valley civilizations. I started reading about the Nile Valley civilizations until I came to the name Pharaoh Pie. Pie is my language. It means take or choose. It's a common name. Actually, I have a cousin, sister, called Pia Alaro. Her name is a compound name of Pie and Alara. Some people still call it Alara. Some people now say Alaro. So we are saying Alaro. Some of Ogbia people are still pronouncing it as Alara. So Pie and Alara, Pie Alaro. So I now saw that even among the Kushites there is a king called Alara. So I took that as ordinary coincidence. I dismissed it as coincidence. But then I saw that the wife of Pie is Abare. Abare is my language. It looks like it's my language. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Another language has that too, and maybe means another thing. Then his second wife is Tabere. That's also a name in my area. People still bear Tabere in my area, in Ogbea. And though it's becoming interesting, I dismissed everything. Because one reason maybe because the Nile Valley is very far from my area. Very far. So I thought it was not possible that they are my ancestors. Then one day I saw the name of the king, Emenikare Kerema. This name shocked me because it's not possible. It is not possible for somebody who is not an Ogbeya man to bear such a name or give his child such a name. The name means in which town does Emeni reside? In other words, in which town does Amun reside? I say I'll find out. If the Kushites ever believed that their God resides in any particular town, I've not heard of a God residing in a particular town, but the name could be telling me something. So I tried to find out. And when I found out, it was true that the Kushites had such a belief. Then I began to think these people could have been speaking my language. How is it possible that they are speaking my language? Then I saw the name of another king called Tembeler de Meni. Wow, this is not just a coincidence. This is not chance. Tembeler de. It's not chance. This is beginning to be interesting. This is like my language. Then I saw another king, Emeni Kalika. Emeni is the leg. The king of Kush. Then as I was reading, I saw another one, a king in 555 BC, king of Kush, Maalona Kene. This is showing that they spoke my language. Then I saw another king, Tare Kenewale or Tara Kenewale, to be as two, to remain as two nations. And we should be as two. I was beginning to think that these are actually my ancestors. Ancestors is beginning to sink in. That looks like I have found their origin. The origin of the people who started the Bella civilization. But I was still seeing more names. Emenipi Lede. She's a queen. A monarch. She was the last queen or the last monarch of the Kushites before they left the Nile Valley. I was reading other names. Even after then, I was seeing more names. And they were all of my language. Even some of them, lately I saw it, I said this name is not complete. They gave the name as Yese Boke. Boke in my language simply means so that. But after studying Meroitic, I said the name could not have been Yese Boke, it would have been Yesi Boke, but it's still not complete. Boke means so that. So you don't end the name with so that. So those who brought out his name or wrote out his name do not know the language, so they don't know that the name is not complete. So I now decided that the only way to confirm if these people were reading my language is to see what they have written. And if I can read it and know if they are speaking my language, then I know that they are my ancestors. That was after I found out that they left behind writings, lots of writings. As I was reading about their writings, and I had or saw read online that there is a man called Francis Llewellyn Griffith in 1909 who deciphered the Meroitic writings. So I said, okay, if he deciphered the writings in 1909, then I can also read to see if these writings are of my language or not. So I started looking for where to download. And as I was looking for a website to download, as I downloaded the article contained the decipherment, I now saw that the person who wrote the article is saying Asori is God Osiris. Asori, this is my language. Why? Anybody who is from Ogbeya, except the person cannot speak the language. Once you can speak the language, you know that Asori is my language. Asorein is my language. Everybody knows the meaning of Asorein in Ogbea. Then he mentioned other words like Akene, it says Upper Egypt. But Akene too is my language and it means another thing. Then I saw another word he mentioned was Dama. Dama too is my language, but it means another thing. He said that Dama means take. But Dama does not mean take. So I now began to be very interested. So following the decipherment of Francis Llewellyn Griffith, I started to read the Meroitic Stela. As I started to learn how to read, I saw another word that shocked me, which is not possible. First words I saw, Ari better totally. That was what was written, Ari better totally. That's according to Francis Llewellyn Griffiths. Then I saw other words too. I went out there and the dead of the stela, of this particular stela I'm talking about, is called Turkitide. Turkitide is also Ogbeya language. Means to protect you, to keep you safe. So, what is happening here? Are these my ancestors? Should I conclude? So I continue to read more stela after stela. Now I begin to see that there's a problem. Though it's my language, but there's a problem with the decipherment. I said it can only be the decipherment. They have concluded wrongly that Francis Llewellyn Griffith did not know that the symbol he said is for letter E or has a phonetic value of E. That symbol also has the phonetic value of A. He does not know. So, that made him or his disciples or those following after him reading Meroitic got the name of the Kushites wrong. They said the Kushites called themselves Kes, but their ethnonym or endonym is called Kersu. Kersu. Yeah, if their name is Kersu, that's my language too. But after reading the Meroitic scripts and learning the errors, at the same time, I now saw that the name Kes is wrong. It's actually Qas, Qas should be the word. They don't know that that symbol also stands for A, has a phonetic value of A as well. So it is Qas, and it is possible for Kushites to write Kersu as a Qas, just like as they write Wos instead of Wosi. Sometimes they do remove the last vowel of something very important. And most of the time they remove the initial vowel. That, I guess, is to lock out non-speakers of the language. Actually, they remove every initial vowel, but they only write some of the initial vowels in those particular things they think it is important for a reader of the language not to be misled. So they put those things. They put those ones. Look at the symbol you're seeing on that place. Some people will tell you that symbol is for letter A. Very wrong. It's not. That symbol is for initial vowel. That is the meaning of that symbol. Initial vowel. I can show you the evidence. Look at the symbol very well. Are you seeing that it is two in one? There are two symbols in one there. Can you see it? Now, the one on the right, do you know what it is? The one on the right is the Meroitic numeral 5.